I just started watching the guys, Sosa, Sancho, Walk, JP, Rizzo. I had figured out who the boss was. I didn't know. And I figured out it was Walk, and I hit him up probably about the fourth time. I met him at RNG Studio, and I was just like, I feel like I can do something, you know.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to pay you, Miss Megan. I mean, this is 7 years ago, right? You know, before the diamonds, before he ever thought about paying a white lady, you know.
Yeah.
So
A lot of test tube shit going on, bitch.
You know that.
I'm staying on that, bitch.
Y'all can put that on the back of our shit. bitch.
La 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 la.
La.
Sing for us, Miss Meg.
ooey,
Ooey.
I can sing a lullaby. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's maybe just turn it down two more notches. Hello.
Better?
Okay, yeah, that sounds better.
All right.
It's not blasting.
Ooey.
Ooey.
Ooh, okay, all right.
We out here, baby.
Well. Welcome back to Test Tube Talk, dopest podcast on earth.
We're here with the one, the only, Miss Megan.
Guys,
The
very
MILF.
special guest, very special guest in the building. We got Miss Meg in the
Hey, thank you for having me. Ooey, that's like, I still remember driving along the Beltway, like passing Rest Road, driving up to like Philippine, the street, you know, Jersey Village area. And I was driving Sauce Walker. We were on a mission that day, and I remember him saying he wanted to, what's it called? Patent, whatever, ooey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did.
Oh, dope.
I mean, everyone says it now.
But so now it's just kind of like a signature that, you know, people just assume is also, you know, it's just sauce.
Oh yeah.
He's branded it very well.
Yeah, he's branded it.
I don't think like as far as like in rap and music, there's no one that's really branded anything that well.
Right.
Yeah.
Like catchphrase like that, and the whole thing with the sauce, like how he does it, like the superheroes, like it's almost like the Power Ranger. It gives it that nostalgia look, and
Right. And then also
love
the
that
characters.
shit.
I mean,
Yeah,
each situation, as it worked out, everything played out, it's like has been thought through.
yeah,
You know, it's, you know, we picked a certain character or cartoon characters, you know, certain animated, whatever it's called,
Yeah.
characters, you know, diamonds, the cars, like everything is planned out. It's
all
not
a part of the
just,
plan.
it's all a part of the plan. So like to see what I had discovered with Walk is that he's a movement. So, you know, he's not crazy. He's an entertainer. I had to, you know, I was like, God, he's crazy, man. Swear they're nuts. And then, you know, I was like, well, shit, they're not crazy.
Oh yeah, they're
It's
actually
just
very
funny
smart.
as fuck. Yeah. So, so it's just one thing led to another. But yeah, it's a movement, you know, all his different situations. And
And it's moving. He's really repping for Houston.
he really is.
and it's just the energy around him too. Like that also like transfers in his music, because I'll go to work, you know, I work 9 to 5, more like a 12 to, you know, 5 to 5 type shit. But
Right.
to get motivated, that's one of my go-to is sauce, because you'll get like an energy, a hype
You
from the
do.
music. And like I put a lot of my friends on Sauce Walka and TSF, and I'll just like jam in, listen to it, and they're like, oh yeah, it's cool, you know, I like it, you know. I could tell when they really start getting into it.
Yeah.
It starts transpiring into their life. They start dressing a little more
You see
drippier.
it?
It's
Oh,
sauce.
I
I'm
see it
like,
all the time.
dude, I was like, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I promise. I have witnessed it over and over again. Just, it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying, oh, it's bad. No, it's a beautiful thing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? When Walk gets upset with other, you know, certain people in the world is when you are on this platform to tell the world, you know, how you really dripping and how the past conversations have went when we were good. You know, now it's, oh, you're the one that's dripping. But like Walk, I really believe it too, because I was a part of the process, is that of course there's always been sauce. Of course there's always been drip,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
he really put the effort into making people believe it over and over again. And we got to a point where we had to cut off situations because if they're not signed to him, then that's just free exposure. And what we
Yeah.
learned was the worth of the exposure and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, just to go back to the drip and, like watching people transition, all of a sudden they had, their hair. Now they
Yeah.
have, the bobos on
Bobos
them.
and
They didn't have
mohawks.
bobos before. Now they've added bobos. So, it's real. The trend, it's people, like, I call it lost in the sauce. As a grown woman, I have to, I had to learn to structure everything out and organize him, or everybody would be lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
And so yeah, but it's definitely real.
See, no, I see that because I've experienced firsthand, like, and myself with me and Alyssa, like, I put her on and then, like, she'd be like, hey, what song is that? All right, play it. And then we'll be riding, and we're like, we're going to take her car up to Whataburger. And I'm listening, I'm like, oh, look at you. And I can see it. I can see it in her. And I see it all the time with my friends. Anybody that I put on, it's like, it may not click at first, but then they'll go read and listen, and I could just tell it just how it transpires in the stuff that they post on social media, the way they start dressing, the way they start talking, the way they start acting, the way they start moving. And that's powerful.
That is.
Yeah.
So what's y'all's favorite songs or CD or album to listen to?
My favorite song is the God, he did it. It's with that one animated.
Ghetto Gospel.
Yeah, Ghetto Gospel.
Okay.
Ghetto Gospel.
So yeah, and Lost in the Sauce, so the newest one with him and Sancho is really good too. Like, there's a good song that he just dropped with Solder Baby, Sancho, and Gohan, and he's like, "Fire up the backwood."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
That
one's
saying
been-
right there has went viral.
That's been that.
You know?
It's almost a meme,
You're
Yeah,
right.
I've seen how the blogs took it and they reposted it and put it on loop. Yeah.
I like
But-
Ghetto Gospel and Light Bulb.
Yeah, Light Bulb
That one
is
goes
really
hard.
good too with Sosa Man.
Hell yeah, that one goes
I
hard.
like Light Bulb. But yeah, I mean, it's all or nothing. We we're just figuring it out and going, with the flow
So,
Yeah.
so
in
where
every
was
direction.
where was Sauce when you met him? Like, was TSF a thing, or did you kind of help build that?
So, what's really crazy is that when I met Sauce Walker, I met him indirectly, and I didn't really meet him, but he knew who I was. So I say that to say, go DJ High C. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with him, but
Yeah.
okay. I started out with him actually in the industry, and I worked with him for like 4 years. So at the beginning of my time with the Go DJs, we had an office in 3rd Ward.
Okay.
2409 Blodgett Street, and it was a 2-story home. Upstairs was the office area, and downstairs they had a studio. At this time, I had nothing to do with like the studios. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about studios. I'm coming in off of working apartment management for 15 years. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to help this guy structure organization. He has all these DJs. Bam. Well, Walk was like staying there, like in and out, staying there at the studio and just, in the streets.
Yeah.
So they, everyone had to go. This white lady, Miss Megan, was coming. We were cleaning house, this
Clean
white
it up,
lady's
yeah.
coming, and it was me. So Walk had to get out of the house. I didn't had no clue. None of that went on, right? So, years later. So then after, like my 4th year into it, I had people that kept coming up to me asking me like about the Sauce Twins, and I had no idea who they were. So like after the 10th time, I said, hey, let's figure this out. So I did some research. I had them come to one of my mixers, and from there, I just never saw anything like it.
Yeah.
When I saw them perform. They were the first artist that I actually worked with, because I had always worked with the DJs. I built a lot of relationships. So I just started watching the guys, Sosa, Sancho, Walk, JP, Rizzo. I had figured out who the boss was. I didn't know. And I figured out it was Walk, and I hit him up probably about the 4th time. I met him at RNG Studio, and I was just like, I feel like I can do something, you know.
Yeah.
He was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to pay you, Miss Megan. I mean, this is 7 years ago, right? You know, before the Diamonds, before he ever thought about paying a white lady, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we're just going to work it out. So I stayed there for like hours talking to him, Sosa, JP, and then I went home, and I got a call like at 3 a.m, and one of the guys, hey, Miss Megan, what got pulled over on the way from the studio? Can you bail him out? So my 24 hours into it, I was bailing him out of jail.
Yeah.
And we just, you know, I just basically did what made sense to me, and it was just getting him out there to the different level. But we would ride around to these different studios. Artists here in Houston 7 years ago were paying him $3,000 for features. You know, like that's a lot of money, you know, for an artist in Houston to pay another artist. But he just always knew his worth.
Yeah.
You know, he always knew his worth, and we just grew together. You know, I was able to do what I, you know, learned, and you know, and we started traveling. Sancho, you know, that's trying to, you know, get hold of him and get him to rap, because, you know, he doesn't want to be a rapper, but Walk, you know, that's like his favorite rapper, his twin, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just, I had to get, you know, Sancho a birth certificate to get him an ID so we could get him on a plane, and, you know, just all kinds of just things from, you know, that. So how did I meet Sauce Walka? I met him, that's how I met him, and just through my DJ mixer.
Yeah.
And it's been 7 years. I think August 14th is the 7th year like that.
Wow.
I met up, and there was about 3 years in between, like me, when I moved my office over to the Enclave. That's when I really built, well, Walk built my iAssist brand. Like, he's my walking billboard, you know. I'm able to say, hey, this is, you know, what I've done.
Yeah.
But like for 3 years, I built the Enclave from the ground up, you know, and he wasn't rapping at that time.
Oh, okay.
So he was doing other activities. So during that time is when I worked my iAssist and kind of built it up to where I am today with it.
Wow.
Okay, well, so how long after you first met Walk was that you bailed him out of jail?
Like 8 hours.
8 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Real one.
Wow, so you really you could feel the energy off the rip?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sure.
crazy.
I mean, I went out of my way to meet him. Like, I studied it for a month. I'm like, oh my God, they're crazy. And then, you know, I learned what savage meant. You know, I'm in the middle of South Park. I got 20 guys pointing a gun at me, I'm taking the picture, you know. I'm like, okay. Hey.
That's crazy.
You know, or hey, you know, someone, hey, here's 2 backpacks. They're full of guns. Take them home. You know, it's just like, okay, well, what is it? When does it stop? But it just, I don't know. It just
became a lifestyle.
It became a lifestyle. Became, you know, just, they're my babies, and you know, my oldest daughter is 27, so they're like children to me too, you know. So I don't know. It was just I learned a lot, you know. I learned, and I think that they learned, you know, as well too. And I remember the times when OGs would call me and say, "Hey, Miss Megan, you don't need to be riding with these guys," you know. And I'm like, "What?" You know, and just wrote it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was locked in from the rip.
Yeah, I got my face tat, and it was it.
Damn, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Any more tattoos coming?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Is that your only tattoo?
Yeah, I have a little, I have a little rose that I got when I was like 19, 20.
Really?
Yeah. At Dago's.
Oh, Dago's.
Yes,
We went
it was
there
really
before.
scary too. Like, I didn't have a good memory about it. It was just real dark, and
Yeah.
I just I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I've heard about Dagos.
No, babe, we've been there like
No, I
twice.
know,
We've
I
been there
know.
like twice. Every like Friday the 13th.
I
You know,
never
the
got
little
anything
Friday
done,
the
though.
13th tats.
Really?
Like the little, yeah, we always want to try to pull up on a deal, but it was packed, and we pulled up there, and it was a disaster. I know one time we got up there and just got rejected right off the rip. They said turn around, like we're already booked up, and then another time I backed into the curb and
I feel
bent
like
my
everybody
exhaust.
knows Dagos in
Yeah.
Houston.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do.
They've kind
For
of like
some
made a
reason.
name for themselves.
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
there it
Where do you
is.
have the rose tattoo? Huh?
On my right I guess on the right side of my leg, right above my ankle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the outside. Yeah, I don't know why I picked a rose or anything. It was just like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I don't remember what my 1st tattoo was. I think it was like my mom's name.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So if they want to get a closer look at the rose tattoo, they can go on the OnlyFans, right?
Oh, yes. That's perfect. So, yeah, they can definitely get a closer look on my OnlyFans, Miss Megan the MILF. Hearing me talk about all the years and that I've been in the industry, it just kind of makes sense that I'm the MILF in a situation where, you know, like that's not what my outcome in life is, you know, mother I like to fuck. Of course not. But it's just a theme.
But
you
it's
know?
not a bad title, yeah.
And you are a
Is
hot
it?
ass mom, so.
Thank you. So
Okay.
and grandma.
Oh, grandma
Yeah.
too. Okay. I would have never known.
Yep, grandma too. So yeah, there it is.
Dang.
Yeah, I feel like that's those DMs are probably going crazy. The attraction also, I mean, you're a good looking woman first, and then
Thank you.
I feel like the power dynamic. People probably think that it's like, man, like either they want you to take care of them, or they think that they're going to just like rock your world.
Right, both of those.
Both.
So like my DMs were popping before the OnlyFans, so
Of course.
now it's like just a deeper kind of popping. They show pictures and, you know, they're a little more aggressive, like, oh, Miss Megan, I'm a star. Just put some time into me. Let me, you know, give you some of this young dick. And I'm like, what the hell? Hell no. Block. Like, that is the worst thing someone can approach me with, you know?
Right.
And so, yeah, I'm just not with the shits like that. I mean, period.
What's the craziest one? What's the craziest DM?
Craziest? I don't know. I have a lot, but one of the craziest DMs to me was I had judged at a showcase, and this particular artist came up and introduced himself to me. And then when I got home that night, he was in my DMs jacking off.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's bold.
And so I was so mad that over his private, I put like a big banana emoji and I posted it on my post and I went to sleep. Right? So when I woke up, I had like a violation from Instagram, and, you know, that was about it, because nobody else, what could somebody else tell me about a man in my fucking DM,
Right.
you know? But I was just pissed. I was like, that's sick. Like, I just talked to you like an hour ago and you went home and jacked off and sent me a video.
That's crazy.
That's so creepy.
It's so
Yeah.
creepy.
Have you
It was
ever
a-
had like an excessive stalker issue?
I have.
Really?
Oh my God.
Tell me about it.
Y'all are bringing back a funny ass memory. I forgot about this
Spill
person.
the tea.
So yeah, at the Enclave, he showed up at a mixer, and I was in my office like prepping before I came out.
Yeah.
And he came in and he shut the door, and I was like, oh, I don't shut my door. You know, he's like, oh, I just want to give you a massage. He's like, are you married? I said, yes, but I'm not married.
Yeah.
I said, yes. And he's like, oh, I just want to give you a massage. I was like, no. You know, I get up out of my chair, I open the door, and Rizzo was walking down the hall. It was his thing. And so the guy walked out, and, you know, Rizzo could just tell I looked like flustered.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, what's wrong? I was like, you know, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what the fuck? He was about to tear the house down. I was like, no, because like we hadn't started yet. I was like, no, let's just chill, right? It was like my first encounter, but there were some weird vibes from something else. So anyway, make a long story short, he sent me a picture, a DM with like a horse and a person fucking the horse, you know, like from
What
the
the-
back or something. It just says something crazy.
Oh my god.
So then one of the guys, I think it was Brazy or Woods, I can't remember which one, but called him off my Instagram and was like, "You sick ass, you know, we're gonna beat your ass." And he just like vanished. But he had did some other weird things and like just showed up at my mixers, making me feel uncomfortable. Like, you know, I was like, "Oh, this is crazy." And so yeah, we haven't seen him since.
Good.
Yeah.
I remember at your mixer that we showed up to, there was this crackhead that came up, and he was like,
I was just about to bring that up. Yo,
Cali boy was like, "Nah, get the fuck out of here."
You don't
Wait,
mess
which one was it?
was
Was it? He knew me?
No, it was just a random
he was
tweaker.
out in the street.
Yeah,
we was just
Yeah,
out by the car.
1960 is hopping right now
Yeah.
with weirdos.
What did he say? What did he
He
say?
was saying something about he just did some speed or something. He was
He's
like,
like-
"Oh, I
he's
love to
like-
take a shot and do some speed," you know, and we're like, "No, we don't."
Yeah, he's
know.
like, I just took a shot of Jack Daniels and rolled a P-roll of some speed, and he's talking about,
He's
"Hey,
trying
what
to hit
y'all
the
doing?"
blunt.
And then Cali boy hopped on his ass. He was just like, "Hey, woo 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 woo," and then he was like, "Hey, I don't know what he's talking about." He's like, "I'm gonna come back with my," and he's like, "Bet do that shit," and then he just kept walking, yo.
Yeah, we have had to deal with some weirdos at the Enclave period. So Cali Boy kind of puts up his guards.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
funny.
well, you're definitely well
Real one.
protected.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
don't mess with Miss Meg.
That's crazy.
Yeah, last night it was funny. I went to Truth, which is the gentleman's club off Jensen.
Okay.
So Sauce Woods was there, and OTC Toro and those guys. That OG Good Game, he owns it actually. So I walked in, and I'll tell you, I was like, damn, I feel like I'm the president or something walking in there and just clearing out the way and all this shit. When I pulled in, they parked me right in the front. They were like, "Follow my light," and I'm like, "Okay, there it is." So, it's funny though, you know. I just have to embrace it, you know, and accept that, you know, things have changed, levels have changed, and I'm so used to like right now rolling by myself. You know, I stopped at the gas station, so hey, the attendant was like, "Miss Megan, I know, you know, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Hey, you know, nothing bad, but." You know, you just never know different motives or, you know, people. So,
Yeah. You know.
so it comes with the good and the bad.
Well,
That's
you know you
cool.
protected with us too. We got your back
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
for sure. And I got y'all's.
Hey.
Most definitely, you already have. Like, I remember that mixer you hooked it up when we were doing the
Yeah.
interviews in the.
That
the
was
office,
nothing,
man.
too, though.
That was just. I don't know. I really like the vibe though, because I see where Houston's going right now.
Right.
It's like everybody's starting to work together, and
I mean,
They're
but
getting
it
out their
takes
shit.
years of consistency,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you
And
know?
Sauce Walker, I give him that credit. He really, not only did he like help solidify that in the movement and have inspire these other kids like to do something, but
Right.
he also bridged that gap between Dallas and Houston.
Yeah,
'Cause,
no
you know,
matter how
Houston-
crazy Dallas is, he still bridged the gap, you know,
Yeah.
like, but yeah, Houston, what?
Yeah.
I mean, Dallas has their own wars, you know, against their own people. But at the end of the day, you're right. Like at the beginning, when Walk started talking, you know, dealing with the Dallas artist, he knew what he was doing. He has a plan. Everything has a plan. So yeah, he knew he needed to get, you know, build that bridge or whatever,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah.
So this is off topic, but can you confirm or deny if Rizzo is in the new DJ Screw movie?
He is.
He is?
He is.
I saw him and I was like, I think that's Rizzo. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, I can't really wait for it to come out because it was.
Do you know when it's coming out?
I don't, and that's a good question. I remember reading it, but I don't remember, so I'll have to find out again.
Yeah.
But I know the guy that did it, that filmed it. Why does his name just went blank? But he's from Wire Studio, Chill Vibes, and he really did a good job.
Damn, that's dope. That's exciting.
Yeah, I think Rizzo plays the DJ Not DJ Screw.
I know he reps the North in there because
Yeah, he reps in North.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the trailer. That's dope. We're really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah.
I would be looking forward to, and I could see this in the works, in the making, is some type of TSF like series on Netflix.
It's
like
in the making.
A documentary / series, because I could see like with the animations, like just mixing that in between, you know, doing like the scenes. I think that'd be so dope.
Yeah, I just met with a YouTuber last week that is interested in doing something with actually like myself and what I have going on. So of course, what I have going on is the different situations, which is the sauce and I assist and being a mom, so, and a grandma.
I'd love to see him as Megan documentary.
Yeah, so but yeah, like every day I'm with the guys. We're in Miami, we're in Houston, whatever. It's like we just have to have somebody following us with a camera because something happens.
Yeah. And you can't always.
You don't even need to make it. You don't even need a script. Like we are
it writes itself. Yeah.
From the girls to the boys to the cars to it all.
Damn.
Well, and everybody's so tapped into with TSF. Like, if they don't know anything from Houston, they know about TSF, and they want to know what Sauce Walk.
Oh yeah, when I go to places, so is Walk really in Miami? Is he bought a house in Miami? Is he staying in Miami? I'm like, damn.
What is y'all, TMZ?
All of it. Yep.
And some.
And some.
Dude, that's dope, man. It's like big moves, you know. Like Walk just bought the mansion in Miami, and then you got Peso just did his album and bought the Lamb truck.
Yeah,
it's going up.
He was in the studio, I think, for like 2-3 days with Trippie Redd. Like, you know, it's just really good to see how the artists really do fuck with the sauce.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like you said, it's a movement.
Mm-hmm.
So Miami, would you ever see yourself moving there, or Houston's your home?
I could see myself going to Miami for long periods of time. I mean, like, I don't know how long, but like 6 months at a time, 3 months at a time. I could see that because of us, you know, getting a home and, you know, doing work. But, yeah.
Dope. I think Miami's gorgeous.
It is.
It's crazy, though.
And yeah, it really is. And we literally, the backyard is the Atlantic Ocean. So it's not like the sand and then the ocean. No, it's like you hop in and there it is. Because if y'all notice, Rico caught the shark, which I feel like is a great white. It looks just like a great white shark.
Really?
But I was in that water.
Damn.
I was in that water, swimming in that water. There's a video on my page of them, laughing at me. Hee, I miss Megan is out here in the water. Ooh, you know, whatever. And I knew there were dolphins out there. But you just, you know, how do you...
shark.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. Because you know if there's like a baby shark, there's a mama shark somewhere.
Yeah, and I just saw a freaking news article. This kid was like surfing, and I don't know where he was surfing, but it was in the United States, and he got bitten by a shark, and he bled out, and he died. Like, they didn't even have time to save him. I swear to God.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know.
Crazy.
Like, in that water, like that particular day, the current had gotten, it was pretty strong already. So as time went on, it got very, very strong. Like, it was just pulling me. So, like, that water is no joke. I'm a good swimmer, but a lot of these guys really don't, you know, they haven't swam like I've swam in my lifetime. So it's like, y'all got to be careful on these jet skis.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely need some type of TSF show. I could just picture you know, Sauce walking out the Miami mansion, you know, dolphins in the background, and like cartoon animation, the dolphins going, on Sauce. The seagull is going, ooey, ooey, ooey.
We just had the jet ski rap in all the cartoon characters. Yeah, we haven't presented it to the people yet, but I mean, yeah, all of it. But the animation with that would be cute with the animals, the birds and the dolphins. Now the sharks. So
the sharks in the water.
The angry neighbors.
Oh yeah.
The angry neighbors.
Yeah.
They're experiencing angry neighbors over there.
Of course, we always experience angry neighbors, but you know we're behind a fence.
Yeah.
You know, who are you to judge what goes on behind that fence?
Right,
so,
that's private property, baby.
Yeah, so It's always something. Welcome to Sauce Life.
So I'm sure you've experienced that a lot working with Sauce.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So does it help at all that like you come in as like a white woman?
Oh, for sure.
You kind of like
So
protect them, huh?
Yeah. It's just like I come out of nowhere. Like about 3 months ago, we had an Airbnb in Houston, in the Heights, actually. And it was like we were doing some interviews and videos and stuff like that. And Woods, I had walked outside and Sauce Woods was talking, or this man was talking to him. And I walked up, and when I walked up, the man is, he just starts talking to me, and, our conversation is a respectful conversation. And so then he left, and Woods was like, dang, that's crazy. This man just talks so crazy to me.
You could just experience it.
And
Energy
just
changed
walked
when you
up,
went
and you just like, you're this white lady. Because, I'm like, hey, how can I help you? I'm the guy's manager, blah, blah, blah. He's like, that's great. So that's the lead. But yeah, all the time, or, New York, we were there for 3 months. I mean, the cops all the time are messing with us. But they were looking for guns, as long as we weren't, traveling around with machetes and choppers and all this shit, we were good. We could have pounds and pounds of marijuana, but no guns. So, not to say we didn't have them, but we just never got caught up with them.
That's good.
But you name it.
Yeah, I mean, y'all move smart, though.
Yeah.
Y'all I guess
we've come a long way.
Yeah. Has there been any jam ups in the running?
Yeah.
Of course.
Of
I mean,
course,
of course, jam ups, but I mean, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I know about that too.
There was a time in LA that Sosa Man was wrongly accused of something, and the FBI, busted in. Me and Walk, and I think it was Gohan. We were there in town for some work, and we were at Sosa's, and that night before, we had a chef come over and cook. And we were just chilling, watching, they were playing video games, and Gohan and I, we were watching some movie. Woke up the next morning to the FBI, came in there, and, here's, Miss Megan. I had, there's only so much I can do in the FBI's after, but what I am able to do is to let these people know that these are working rappers. So anyway, if you Google it, Sosa Man ended up beating the case. It was a girl that had hate in her heart and didn't want to, trying to stop Sosa's drip, but
that's crazy that there's still
couldn't
people out there like that.
Yeah, she was totally in the wrong. So, but it's that. We had, Walk was arrested at one of the Airbnbs for something, and then went to court the next morning. I had to, of course, hire a lawyer because I wasn't sure I couldn't have him go. He's in NYPD fucking jail. I can't just let him go to court in the morning and not have a fucking lawyer. So.
Right.
I had a lawyer myself, met him, and they ended up throwing it out. But he had $60,000 on him. But the NYPD only turned in 50, so they kept 10,000 cash themselves, the arresting officer. So it was a process to get the money back, even though he was found not guilty. They just don't say, oh, well, here's your 50,000. No, now I have the paper trail and the emails that I had to, do in a certain amount of time, or I would lose it. And, it's just a process, a setup for you to not get your money back. But I think it was like 3 months after that, we finally, got the check. And,
good.
But yeah, it's real.
Yeah, I think that's
I
great.
mean, there's so many things that Walk doesn't even tell the world. We were in Dallas. This is a true story. We're at the Galleria Mall. We went and bought, he went and bought all these clothes at this certain clothing store. They were going to take pictures of them, and he wanted to take pictures on top of his Bentley. Mm-hmm. So they go out, he's on top of his Bentley with the bags, and this white lady comes out of this restaurant, which is called the Alley something. It's, like a 5-star restaurant that's connected to the Galleria in Dallas. And she's yelling at the valet guys, you let these hoodlums on my customer's car.
Wow.
And it was Walk's car.
Yeah.
So, all kinds of times and things, he's always being, like, people think it's not his, or it's, it's just crazy, or like that's crazy. So
how do you keep your cool? You don't ever just want to like punch a Karen?
oh yeah, I mean, I have to keep my cool because it's all on me.
Yeah, I understand.
It's all on
that.
me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like when we travel, I carry Sauce Walker on my back with his money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that's a heavy statement.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea.
No, I don't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like you have your hands in a lot of pots. You're like very, very good, like business, entrepreneurship.
You do.
Where do you find the time? Because you're telling us these stories
Yeah, you're like,
in the mix. So where do you find the
Right.
time to do everything else?
Do you sleep?
Yeah, I do sleep. I make, I had to learn to schedule my time. I had to learn to live off a calendar. Like, I had to get to a point where I stopped making plans or stopped doing this and that and not write them down. Like,
Yeah.
it just had to start making sense for me, like to move certain ways, to do certain things. So, I do work a lot, and I think I'm now with me doing the OnlyFans, taking time out to just love myself, like doing the photo shoots, getting my hair done, taking pictures, getting sexy, getting in that mind frame, that's just helping me embrace, a part of me that I haven't really got to do because I've been working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just haven't had time to date a man. Like I don't have time for the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it looks like you're really enjoying the OnlyFans.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's a full-time job, and I really haven't embraced the whole thing, like the Telegram, the messages, like the
Yeah.
different ways to attract shout outs and that, but I'm learning.
Does
But
it
yeah.
get tiring doing the OnlyFans?
No.
What about the questions about the OnlyFans?
No, I mean, I don't really, I think it's just like the other day, Friday, I got a call from ESG. He was like, hey, they were just on 97.9 talking about you on OnlyFans. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, it was good. Kiati was just saying, Megan, Miss Megan's had success over the OnlyFans or whatever. So, I mean, I feel like if anything, it just gives people, kind of like a hope of, hey, I can do this or I can do that. Now, what I do want people to understand is you're just not going to have the success of the OnlyFans. I mean, not, I say this in the humble way, like humble way is, me having a presence on the internet and having the sauce behind, walk behind me, that really helped push me out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people like, oh, we're making OnlyFans. Oh, Miss Megan, help me set up Only. But don't get discouraged when you only get 20 fans or 10 fans. I mean, to me, that's a lot, but you have to, don't be looking to, oh, I'm going to wake up with $27,000. No.
Especially
Yeah,
because a lot
you
of
ran
girls
it
are
up.
doing it now. A lot of people are doing it.
And so, yeah, a lot of people. So now I invest in myself, I'm paying for different shout outs,
Yeah.
different sites, because the whole point is for people to click your bio, click in your bio,
Yep.
click.
Get your name
And you've
out
had
there.
a lot of publicity, good
Yeah.
and bad.
Good and
People
bad.
hating and then people.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good. Hey, all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah,
Listen.
because I'm like, when I see, or I don't even read negative comments, but like, I know what kind of person I am, and a lot of times people just assume, and they're not right at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I just laugh and I just keep going. I don't pay attention, but that shit can be really draining. Sometimes I have
hear.
to take a break from the internet. Like, okay, at 9 o'clock, I'm turning off my phone. It's on airplane mode. So that's kind of how I get sanity too. Like I have to detach myself from the internet,
Yeah.
and I'll just go spend time with my kids, my grandkids, and chill. I like to swim.
I feel you.
No, nice.
I like to be out in the sun.
So, was there any friction between like your family member or close people close behind? Not only the OnlyFans, but clicking up with Sauce, and because you took on a lot.
Yeah.
You went from apartment manager to
Yeah.
Sauce
To
Queen.
Uwe, right.
Ooh, you're the
Sauce
Sauce
Queen.
Queen.
So my family really has never wholeheartedly supported my lifestyle. And when I left corporate America, they definitely, really didn't support it. My sisters, I have a brother that passed away, and I have an older sister that passed away. And those two, I'm the youngest of 6. And those 2 out of the 6 were my biggest supporters of myself and my daughters, Yeah. So, but my other sisters, play the role, and they're all, they have a picket fence life and the great, blah, blah, blah. I chose to, to struggle in times when I didn't have to. I could go get corporate America or, stuff like that. So it was really hard for them to accept me and my daughters, just because, of course we have all that fake stuff, Christmas time, holidays time, and, but on a day like today, yeah, they really not fucking with me after the OnlyFans. So they, but I think it's funny because I know they're seeing me like on I don't put it really out there on Facebook or that, but I'll, post a couple of my, pictures with clothes on and stuff. And, people are just like, woo, through the roof. But my mom, one thing about myself and my upbringing is I was raised with great parents. And I say that, with my heart, like I was so blessed. I don't even have a bad memory growing up, like as a kid, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I grew up in Jersey Village, the baby of 6, big Catholic family. So my mom, sometimes I feel like it's a love and a hate situation. Yeah. But not really hate. It's just, disappointed that I didn't go to college. I, chose to have a baby. And so I hope now that I'm, reaching a higher levels in income, I'm able to really get her attention not her attention, because she loves me. She calls me, to her, we haven't discussed the whole OnlyFans thing, and she don't really care, but she'll listen to my sisters, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of hard to explain, but I guess with the COVID too, like with me traveling and that, her being 80, but she still drives, so she's hip, believe me. But I'm just kind of I just kind of want to wait to go see her. But I sent her flowers. We're real big on death anniversaries because of my brother and my sister and my father. When they passed like within like a year and a half all together. Wow. And that was like my brother, when he passed, that was like our first death in our family that was unexpected. A close one too. Yeah, he had surgery for his nose for sinuses, and they prescribed promethazine or whatever with codeine syrup, and he had an accident overdose, and he never woke up. Wow. So it was very shocking. And my sister, she had cancer, and it took her in 11 months. So we saw the process, and just so sad. And my dad, he basically 9 months after my sister, he had heart failure. He really, really was hurt over my brother's situation when my brother died, because it was so unexpected. But yeah, my parents were business owners. My dad owned a dry ice and CO2 company. Oh, wow. My mom was a secretary to a successful Melton Electric. He's the owner of a huge, electrician company or whatever. So it's kind of funny. It's like, well, I kind of did what my mom did, taking care of like the cream of the crop of the situation. With High C, I can really brag about what I've done in the DJ world. I made a difference in Big Throw, life, and High C, DJ Eric, DJ Shawnee. OG Ron C, Michael Watts, I was able to do music conferences. A lot of stuff that I've done. So like when I say blood, sweat, and tears, I did that too with the DJ. So, and I say this to kind of sum things up too. When I say nothing came easy. Oh, yeah. Nothing. The simplest thing as, GPS into a place and it be the wrong address. You know what I'm saying? Just it's always something that would have to be overcome to get to the situation or get.
And a lot of that will layer on, you know, not only you just went to the wrong address, but you only may have got like 2 hours of sleep the night before.
Yeah. You know, so it's like, you know, you have people that would, oh, well, fuck it, we'll just have to reschedule for tomorrow, you know. Or
no, you can't. Those
know,
are the
or
tests.
You have, those are tests, you know. Okay, well, I got to keep going. And, you know, that's just, like, I can't, and I had to learn, I can't expect people to have my drive or have my vision, but I can put people in position and, you know, hope that, you know, I was put in a position to where I created my own money. Sauce Walker never said, here's a paycheck, you know, here's this, here's that, you know. Said on a day like today, we have a different relationship, you know, because we're in a different, you know, money bracket now, right?
Different tax bracket.
But I was trained. I knew when I took him on, I was having to create my income, and I created, you know, my iAssist services, you know, I created eating off of, you know, just him being my billboard. Yeah. So I say that, and to kind of switch it with Walk is everyone he has put diamonds on, you know, he's put them in position to make money, and I've seen it happen over and over and over.
Yeah, the proof is in the sauce.
It is.
Yeah. That's
So Houston being so big on the codeine culture, like, do you find yourself kind of overlooking the boys, you know, make sure, because I know with your brother, does that ever worry you?
Well, when his anniversary, like his death anniversary comes up, or his birthday comes up, it's kind of, I don't know if y'all have experienced death with a family member close to you yet, but I, like a week before, day before, something will twitch in me, and I'll be like, who's died or whose birthday's coming up out of my, you know, loved ones, you know, and I'll just start feeling a certain way about whoever it is. And so I always bring it up on the anniversary. I'll bring up the story. I'll bring up, you know, that. But as far as, I feel like it's just a total different situation. Like my brother, it was, you know, total freak thing. He took it accidentally, and he, you know, OD'd. Sauce Walker, it's a lifestyle. This is how he rolls. Of course, it worries me horribly because of the outcome. We've seen DJ, all of them. Screw, Mo. Yeah. I mean, all of them have passed away.
If they didn't pass away from it, they passed away from the complications, from the side effects. Right.
So what I try to do my best is that when I'm with him, you know, I make sure he eats. He makes sure he drinks. You know, I make, you know,
keep that boy healthy.
Yeah, I do the best I can.
He talks about it. You know, he's like, he drinks water. He, you know, exercises. You know,
health is wealth.
Yeah. So. And just recently, I had one of my friends who's a nurse. She have finally took my word, and she did the IV. Oh yeah. And put the vitamins and that in him. And I don't know if y'all ever saw the video. It was freaking hilarious.
Do you do that? I've been wanting to.
You do? Yeah, my good friend Amy. She has a company, Body Lift, that she does. But
does it hurt?
No, it's just
an IV. Yeah, it's just like, you know, remember when I got you drunk?
One time, I took her to a family wedding, and she got too turned up. She was actually sick, and she was on antibiotics before. And we went out there, and she got drunk, and the next day she had a hangover. It started with just a hangover, but she was so dehydrated, and like potassium.
I turned into a T-Rex. Like, my potassium was so low, I just like cramped up, and like everything just kind of like. Oh, it was terrible.
How'd you fix it?
It's funny, and like we joke about it now, but I was so freaked out. She was just like in the seat, just like froze up like that. I'm like,
crazy.
Oh my
are you
God.
having a seizure? Like, what's going on? I'm whipping it down in Baton Rouge, and just like going. I'm like going to the hospital.
I'm never gonna drink again.
Right, type shit. No, but yeah, I had to go get that IV. It doesn't hurt, but
yeah, it doesn't hurt at all.
But I've been wanting to do the vitamin one.
Yeah, this had the vitamin.
Some celebrities are doing the rejuvenation, you know, like Joe Rogan. I think that's the one when he says that it hurts a little bit. It's like some shit that he.
That boy crazy.
He's in his boxers.
Oh my God. That's so
Wait,
funny.
listen to the end.
That's so funny.
He
That's
is crazy,
dope.
but yeah, like so that was something that I felt good. He got some vitamins in his body, but I'd say he spends thousands of dollars on drink, whatever.
Dude, it's
amount.
expensive too right now. Fuck.
Yeah, but you know that IV is good for him. You know, maybe he's probably will do it more often.
Right.
Yeah.
Get the
That's what it is.
barber call in and get the IV call in
Yeah.
too. You know,
Hell yeah.
hey, we could make. I could see in the future, you know, Sauce having a little barbershop. You know, drip sauce. You know, get rejuvenated,
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
that
chopped
would
up
be
at the
dope,
same time.
for sure. He does though now. Like they have a barber that comes to the house at the mansion, and he's done all these really cool.
Yeah, I see.
I don't know
see
if
him
you've
looking
seen 'em.
slick.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we had the massage therapist come out there. I had the
shit.
lady come and do my nails, my toes. Yeah, it's just like heaven. I can't
So-
wait to go back.
So you think you're gonna get any jewelry? Like, do you have a grill?
Do I have a girl? A grill?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I'm definitely right now. I'm getting some earrings made.
Ooh, that's exciting.
So
Would
but-
you get a
so-
grill?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Probably for pictures or something.
Come on, let's
but
do
not
it.
That's
no
what we said,
permanent
too.
grill.
We
Oh
said-
no, not a permanent grill.
We said the
My
same
mama
thing.
really died.
You really sauce it.
And I said the same exact thing. I was like, we should definitely do it for at least picture purposes. You know,
Yeah,
flex
for
on the
sure.
gram. Because I seen this guy that does, you know, pull up and he does like custom grills and everything. I'd be like, it'd be dope to have him pull up on the pod and give him the
find
exposure
out.
too.
See,
Hell yeah.
see if he wants to do mine for free for exposure and maybe
I
get a
got
deal
you.
for y'all too.
Dope,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna hit you up.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Wait,
That'd be
that shit wa-
sick.
Yeah,
we get all grilled up.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
it can happen.
Let's do it.
Sweet.
Internet numbers, you know, a lot of people want exposure.
Yep. It's the cloud culture.
Yeah.
Cloud age. Yeah.
It's all about the internet. It's not about making a hit on the radio.
Yep.
Nope.
That's so true. The internet is power right now.
Yep.
That's the wave.
Yep.
And people cannot stay off
That's
of it.
what's paid me is the internet.
Definitely. Well, tell everybody where on the internet to go find you at.
Okay, so go to Miss. Okay, well, I have two Instagrams: Miss MISS 4_ Megan MEGANN and Miss Megan the MILF at Instagram, and in my bios, you just click
Yeah.
and
So-
You got
subscribe.
the OnlyFans.
Yeah, you
ISS.
definitely see. You know, I have pictures and videos that I can't post on, you know, social
Of course.
media. So, it's worth the money, honey.
Yeah. And tip this woman.
Yeah.
She deserves all
Yeah,
of
and
it.
tip. You can tip. Some people request like my feet pictures, and they'll tip me. So I'll
Ooh.
send a picture of my feet.
Easy
Has it all
money.
just been feet? Has it even been weird?
Of course. Like I've just crazy shit.
Yeah. of course.
Those I feel like are my haters that have paid just to see, you know,
Just
to fuck
yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're always
I
gonna
get
be
it.
next time out there.
Yeah, but or there are sickos, you know. So
Yeah.
that too.
True.
Just be careful out there.
I know.
Gotta be careful.
Motherfuckers
Got my
crazy.
9mm. They
Right.
gotta have my license to carry. But there it is. Oh yeah.
Well, shit. Thank you so much for showing love.
Yeah.
You
No, I
constantly
was
show
like,
love.
I wanted to make sure I made it here before I went back to Miami,
Yes.
because
thank
I
you.
want to be able to, you know, help, you know, bring y'all to life and, you know, rise to other levels.
Yeah.
We really
We might have to
appreciate
pull
it.
up on you in Miami. We were talking to your girl.
Yeah. Which girl?
Angie?
Angie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also two Visions. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but you know, she was in Miami, and it's just the simple things of, you know, me taking the initiative to call her and say, hey, you want to come do interviews? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I love that shit.
Me too.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, yeah, dope.
You know, how
And
cool
because
is
when
that?
Angie hit us up, I was like, flights are cheap right now. I was like, man, we can make
Shit.
something work.
We could
I
be
was
there
like,
tomorrow.
I could do some.
Yeah, and I can set that up. Like, when I go back and we're doing some runs, media run and that, like right now flying is like 200 there and back.
Yeah,
So
it's not
that's
that bad.
a nice investment.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a
Well,
good
we're always
investment.
here. You can hit us up. We'll hit you up.
Okay.
Stay in
So-
contact.
We always
Yep.
stay tapped in with Miss Meg.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Really
Yeah,
appreciate
no problem. Tell people to come out on Wednesdays for the
Yes.
mixer. Some Wednesdays I'm not there, but I still have it going on.
Yeah, and the mixers, they be live, man.
Hell
We-
yeah,
they be
we
hella
got a
live.
lot of like exposure and network at the mixers, so
Yeah.
I
A
definitely
lot of great
recommend going
people,
out
too.
there
Thank you.
at the Enclave
Yep.
Studio,
The Enclave Studio,
North Houston.
North Houston.
Just look it up on Google and
Yeah.
look her up on Instagram. You can find all the bios. Appreciate y'all tapping in with TestTube.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Peace.
you, Miss
Thanks
Meg.
for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Go tap in on our TestTube Instagram. We're about to hit like 1,000 or something right there. So we're about to, bro. That's a big.
Only up
You know,
from here,
we've been
baby.
pushing it this 2 months and it's going up and it's
Yeah.
nothing but up from there. And then subscribe to the YouTube channel. Appreciate y'all watching. Ooey.
Did y'all see? Did you see that Drake liked our picture or our Instagram
Yeah,
post?
Drake liked our post.
Oh yeah.
How? What?
swear.
Like what?
We
did
were
he
just
do?
like talking about him and his new music, and he came across us and he liked it. It was really
So
exciting.
was it like a post with a video?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Did y'all
Definitely took the
screenshot it?
screenshot.
Hell yeah.
Post it?
we had to.
Yeah, I definitely
You
took
did?
a
Oh,
screenshot.
okay.
I had
Have to
people
repost
DMing me and
Yeah.
hitting me on the comments like, yo, look. I was like, oh, what? I was scrolling through that. I was like,
So did he comment or he?
nah, he didn't
Just
comment. He
liked
just
it.
liked
Oh,
it.
like, but that's perfect. Yeah.
But I was like,
I'm gonna
damn.
interrupt you real quick. And I'm gonna get some pictures for the
Yes, yes, yes.
It was the real Drake. 69.5 million followers.